your head, pick up your body, get on the bus, it's time to party. It's Gregory. It is a Saturday night, Gregory. Take your socks off and take your pants on. Get in the car and drive on.
All right, we'll talk about it. First of all, welcome to the Patreon. We're just jumping right back into it. Algorithm. I'm pretty sure I discussed this.
No, we didn't. But here's what it is.
Uh-huh.
So the movie's called Mr. Algorithm.
Mhm.
Algorithm.
Mhm.
And it's a Bill and Ted adventure fucking style movie where you and me have to find Algorithm, or we think there's a guy named Algorithm that we have to go get like in good with so that he fucking...
Space Jam's about, by the way. You see the new Space Jam?
No, of course not. Jesus Christ.
Algorithm is played by
like myself.
Don Cheadle.
Yes, he is. Is that what it's... Is his name
remember.
Algorithm?
I think so. I'll tell you this. I wanted to write a movie called Algorithm, and it's about a gorilla who dances and also controls who gets famous on YouTube. Because go is short for gorilla, rhythm because he dances, right?
It's like MVP, but today.
AGR, bro. Algorithm, the gorilla.
So I'm looking this up. Don Cheadle, Space Jam.
Yeah, you can just go on IMDb.
You're 100% right. Because I just want to know, was he
And
playing
then we're
a
getting
guy
back to
named
Spider-Man.
Al? Oh, hey man, was he? Oh, yes, I have a thought on Spider-Man. Real quick, was his name Algorithm?
I thought I was
Algae.
But
that doesn't matter. He's a character in a movie. Fuck that. You and me, we think there's a guy named Algorithm, okay? And we have to go get into his good graces so he fucking pumps out our shit. And everybody's like, you're stupid.
Right.
There's no guy named Algorithm. And we go, fuck you. And we finally find him. He's in a Chinese restaurant in San Francisco. Dang, dirty. This place is hell. Nobody even knows it's still open. He's in there by himself eating fucking General Tso's or whatever. And we go, are you Algorithm? And he looks up and he goes, he hisses. Because he doesn't talk a lot. He only talks in dance videos and fucking my mom is sucking on a rap video, stupid fucking bullshit ass shit.
Sure.
He hisses at us. He throws his cloak at us.
Also, he's super horny because Algorithm loves booties. Algorithm loves a booty
If
mover.
you've got an ass lightly covered by cloth, Al's just fucking
Up, man.
He's absolutely
fire everything.
His eyes are like big blue shot. You know, he's just fucked, and he's got a rock hard erection.
Yeah.
And he throws his cloak at us, hisses, and runs into the dark like Morbius.
Yeah.
And we have to hunt him down, grab him, pin him down, and that's exactly what you're right. We back to Bonobos. We beat him off.
Mm-hmm.
He comes and he goes, "What have I even been?" And we slow him down for a minute. We go, "Stop looking at all these videos." And he does, and the internet stops for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And then we take him to a river, and we just sit him there, and we go, "Doesn't this seem nice? Isn't this nice?" And he goes, "This is nice." And then we go, "Now let me ask you a question. What are we going to do to get our videos at the top of this thing?" And he goes, "I'm going to need some money." And we go, "Great." He goes, "Can you cover my General Tso's?" And we go, "Buddy, we got that."
That's already paid for.
Paid for, and there's another meal for you tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then
we give you a take home. Like a nice comedy club.
Every single video we post, millions views. Every single one. Every one.
All right.
Anyways, that's the movie.
Also, you look at Algorithm and you just go, "Hey, man, can you just calm down?" Yeah. I mean, with the conspiracy theories and the horny videos, look at the river. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice?
Buddy, we're going to point you at the ocean, and we're going to play some Billy Ocean. And we're just going to have you calm down.
Suddenly.
And he's looking at the sea. Put your hand in it. Just put your hand in it, Al. And Al goes like this, and he goes, "What is this?" And we go, "This is life, you ignorant fuck. I know you're over here beating off to weird tits. Stop it, dude."
Taste life.
We've talked about this before, and I used to follow, and then we'll get back into Spider-Man. I didn't forget.
Right.
I used to follow nothing but giant asses.
Yeah.
Because why wouldn't you? They never stop.
No.
They never stop.
And if you look at one, they send you a million.
They love to do it. You look at a watch, they'll keep sending you watches. You look at an ass, it's all ass. And you go, I think this woman looks the same as the other one, but she's a different woman.
Right.
And I think she has two accounts, different hair. It's the same woman. It's the same. It's like we've made one woman a million times. It's just the same woman for the internet. It's just big tits, giant ass. She doesn't have family. There's no way this is a real person. She doesn't have a mom and a dad. She doesn't go home for Christmas. She is solely YouTube videos. Anyways, I changed all of those to Chihuahuas.
Nice.
And now my whole thing is Chihuahuas. It's Chihuahuas barking at their fucking
move.
owners. It's perfect. Why did I say that? There was a reason. Go ahead.
I say that to say this. No, I was just saying that's what people say. Algorithm, I think, also should in this movie should be played by a vampire because what they do is they won't let you just have fun on the internet for an hour. All they want is to suck all of your life.
Mhm.
The whole thing of them. They say that Netflix, if they just want you to never turn it off. It
All
should
of that,
just
yep.
always be on. It's like this should be illegal for
Yes.
you to try to take all of my life, all of it. That's not right, Daddy.
Yeah, that's all of the apps. That's every single app.
Every app.
All of them. And that's even, you want to get real stupid? You want to
Yeah.
get real dumb?
Yeah.
That's you and me.
What?
Watch my stuff. Do my stuff.
I don't want you to spend all day on Greg.
You're 100% right. I don't either. You're right. Yes.
Right. Just
So
every
on that-
now and again.
You're
listen
right.
to a joke, laugh.
You're right. It is different. You're
Get
right.
the fuck out.
But yes, Twitter wants you on there all the time. Zuck. The Zuck?
The Zuck will Zuck your life.
The
away.
Zuck will Zuck your fucking energy to hell. And it
I
doesn't even
want
help
to
him.
Zuck your blood.
You think it would help him be like a charismatic fucking person that people liked. It doesn't. It turns him into... You know what's crazy? I thought about this the other day. I'm sorry. I'm getting jacked. It's like I've just had a coffee. And I haven't. The Batman Forever might be one of the smartest movies ever made.
Why?
I'll tell you what.
Tell me.
Enigma. Same as
Edward-
algorithm.
Sure.
Enigma, Edward Nigma. What's he do? What's he build? He builds a thing that lets him listen to everybody's brain.
Wait, what?
Remember?
He makes the internet?
He doesn't make the internet, but he makes that fucking thing. I don't
Yeah.
even know what it's called, but he pipes it onto his head, and then it shows him everybody's thoughts in Gotham.
Right.
And I thought about this the other day. I go, what the fuck? They didn't know they were doing this because this was 97.
Right.
That's the Zuck.
Dude.
That's Zuck.
And that was comedic.
Comedic. It
So
was
you think-
supposed to be a joke.
If Zuck hadn't seen Batman Forever,
Yes.
there would be no Facebook.
Jim Carrey has a lot of explaining to do, and he didn't mean to do it. He was just like, I'm playing a fun
Yeah, it's a thing
character.
you can't even do possibly fathom.
They can't do this. How's anybody going to build a fucking rod that lets me listen to everybody's thoughts?
Right.
And Zuckerberg went, you're right. It doesn't
Jeff-
have to be a rod.
Jeff Bezos went, let's take notes.
Yeah. Those
The
guys.
Bays.
Because Zuck would have been 10. I don't know how old this cocksucker is, but he was born in the 80s, I think.
Right.
He's watching that movie, and they go, and his family's like, isn't Batman cool? And he goes, Batman? I don't even know he was in this movie. And they go, what are you talking about? And he goes, Enigma. And they go, you like the Riddler? And he goes, like him. I'm going to be him. And they go, well, that's funny. And then for, Halloween the next year, they got him the little green suit with the question marks. But he goes, no. And he's sitting in a room he keeps building these little pipes.
Hell.
And he sticks them to his head. And he's going up to his parents and he's seeing if he can listen to their thoughts. And it didn't work. And he goes, shit, sorry. And then he goes, wait a second, I'll figure it out. And he did it. It's Batman Forever, randomly, didn't mean to do it, is one of the either smartest or future telling movies of all fucking time.
Wow. To get back to the Matrix, I always think about the Matrix as if we really are in a simulation, that they just sit there and go, we even showed them the Matrix and they didn't realize they were in the Matrix.
I was in the to further on this point, I was in the airport yesterday, and there's two signs where I went, am I in a real human airport on Earth, or am I in Liberty City, Grand Theft Auto? And this is just like a mock. First of all, in the bookstore, there's a book called The Quick Read Bible. Come on, man. That's so funny.
You want to be in and out.
If you saw that in Grand Theft Auto as a sign for buy now the Quick Read Bible, you go, man, that's funny. And that's a real book.
Yeah, if you want to just, you don't want to get it in the ins and outs, just a little bit of.
How funny is that?
It's so silly.
2 pages. They go, if there was an ad for it in Grand Theft Auto, it'd be like the regular Bible, 980 pages. You don't got that kind of time. 2 pages. Jesus lived, Jesus died. Buy it now. And you go, that's really funny.
Right.
The other one was,
Jesus lived, Jesus died. Yeah, gafangool.
and there'd be a guy that's like, I always wanted to be religious, but I didn't have the time. And now I go into churches and I just tell everybody, yeah, Jesus is dead.
That
And
might be a bit, by the way. That's pretty funny.
but it's
Sure,
but
it
it's Grand Theft Auto. And then the other one was, did you forget to unpack before you packed? Do you know what that is?
No.
There's a picture of a gun, and it was like, make sure you
No.
take your guns out of your bag before you pack your bags.
Yeah, but that's not for us. There are people that are like,
But that's
like
also I'll tell you something from being outside of America.
yeah,
If I saw that in Grand Theft Auto, which America is Grand Theft Auto,
Right.
like, I mean, they didn't try hard with that game. They just
Right.
went, I saw it, I put it in a game, done. But I'd go, that's so funny. That's so funny because what the fuck are we talking about? Now, I've lived in this simulation long enough
right.
to understand that is a thing that simulated humans believe is like, oh shit, did I
Right.
take my gun?
Plus, the thing is, just a quick on that gun thing. It's so funny. It's like there are people out there who that's inferring that you might not know where your guns are. At this very moment, where's your gun?
Or
did you leave it in the fridge? Did you leave it in your where did
top
you?
of his car? Guy drives away. Fucking AR-15 flies off his hood, goes off into traffic.
Right. I still got my gun in my suitcase.
Wallet, keys, gun.
Well,
Has
that's
to
what
call
I'm-
Uber.
Yeah.
Buddy, I left a Glock in the back seat.
Yeah.
Did you get that? And the guy's like, I thought it was my Glock. He's like, I lost mine too. And he's like, no, that's mine. And they gotta like, no, is this? No, that's mine. That's mine.
Hey, TGI Fridays, do you have a lost and found box? I misplaced my bazooka.
Full of nothing but tank stopping weapons at TGI Fridays.
Yeah, guns are such a crazy thing to me because like I honestly am like, yeah, I have no problem with people owning guns because my stepdad had guns and it's like whatever. Also, the idea of like the government having guns is like, yeah, right, sure, whatever. Also, it's like I'll just whatever. I have no real. But what's crazy about guns? Where was I going to go? I don't know. Never mind. I just love a.
Okay, so it's not even a talk on guns. I'm not even whatever.
Right.
But that sign is very Grand Theft Auto simulation. Where are we living?
Right.
And my grandfather had guns. He hunted under his fucking bed. There was like 6 goddamn hunting rifles. But you just go, what is this? As I'm looking at that sign, I'm like, the Matrix isn't a joke. That's, I guess, what I'm trying to get to. The Matrix isn't a joke.
No.
The last movie is a joke, but the actual Matrix, the original one.
You know what's crazy?
I'm gonna stop fucking with this guy.
You know what makes you? I love that guy, by the way.
He's great. You made him, right? Like
No,
you
no.
built him.
No, I didn't. He is a Mezco. That's the ones who did like this is Iron Fist and a Spiderman Mezco. Not this head. This is a $50 head that I bought from some guy in Australia. Hell
Crazy.
painted. I know. Sometimes I treat myself.
He painted it himself.
He sculpted and painted.
That's wild. Okay, that's
Right.
different.
So it's like completely original and amazing. So I'm like, they also just do their own characters sometimes, which are these roach guys, like this roach guy. He's like a roach, and they did this guy. His name's Uncle Eddie. He comes with a bunch of alcohol and whatever. Comes in this thing. I put a bulletproof vest on him, gold chain. Who cares? It's just fun. Don't know why I'm telling you about it, but they'll just make their own little kind of their own character sometimes and charge you an arm and a leg for them. I count this as a review of those figures because that's how I get my discount from them. How do you review that guy, Uncle Eddie? What do you review him? Give me a 2-minute review.
9
Great.
out of 10. I don't know anything about him, but as I look at him, I like it. I like the suit. I like the little reindeer. I like the reindeer antlers. I like the 2 bottles. I don't know why. I guess this is supposed to be higher. But
yeah, that fell down.
Yeah, no, this guy's a party.
Yeah.
Did you want
They're
to?
dolls.
I forget how.
We're gonna talk about Spider-Man again.
Oh yeah, here's what my thought was on that. Sorry, buddy.
No. Did you see?
I saw it, and here's my thought. Are we spoiling things here?
Yeah, we're spoiling.
Aunt May dies, and let me tell you something. Marisa Tomei, I love Marisa Tomei.
Sure.
She shouldn't be Aunt May. This is why the first ones are so good.
Yeah.
Look at that aunt. That's an aunt.
The
That's
first
a
one,
fucking aunt.
the best Aunt May was in The Amazing Spider-Man. It was played by Mike Suarez. Chime in. What was her name? She's the lady who did the Flying Nun.
Which one are you talking about? You're talking about Garfield Spider-Man?
Garfield Spider-Man, which I know you're probably not a fan.
didn't even
Best
see it.
Spider-Man, worst Spider-Man movie.
I like the woman from the old woman from the first, like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. That was a great aunt.
Who is the
Uncle
woman?
Ben kicked ass too.
The woman who also Uncle Ben. You know who Uncle Ben was in The Amazing Spider-Man? Sheen,
Charlie Sheen?
the dad, Martin Sheen.
Martin Sheen.
Martin Sheen, and when I tell you who played Lincoln's wife in Lincoln,
I'll tell you, man, I've
You
watched
know this
Lincoln a
woman.
lot of times. I shut it off every time his wife shows up. I've never seen Lincoln.
I've never seen it. Let me look. I can't believe I'm banking on her name. But when I tell you who Aunt May is, you go, "That's the perfect Aunt May."
Marisa Tomei's not.
So, well, we're going to tell you right now. Sally Field
Okay. Yep.
played Aunt May. Here's why Marisa Tomei in this movie was great. Because this was the version where that was Aunt May. They're not doing the comic book, the cartoon. All of those exist. These are the versions where it's slightly different. That's where you start to go, cool. Best Aunt May. The best Aunt May.
And sorry, just to say real
Sure.
quick, I don't mean to cut you off. I was just looking up. I was like, I'm pretty sure Sally Field was in Smokey and the Bandit, and she was.
Yeah.
Sally Field's great.
It's
Smokey
great.
and the Bandit's awesome. Anyways, go ahead.
I mean, the ones who nailed it the best was Into the Spider-Verse. The Aunt May in that movie was the best. The Mary Jane in that movie was the best. That's my favorite Spider-Man. The Jake Johansson playing Spider-Man, that's my favorite guy.
What about Tobey Maguire? His aunt. Aunt May, look at her.
To me, she was too. Oh, I give her an 8. But too old and feeble.
Okay, so what do you give her?
Too feeble. Oh, come home, Peter.
What do you give him, Marisa Tomei?
Too young and virile.
Exactly. It's like, am I going
That's why Sally Field was the best.
fuck my aunt? Like, what am I going to do here? There's got to be some. Can I run this by you real quick?
Sure.
Moms are only getting hotter.
Right.
I don't know if I'm getting older or I don't think it's just that.
Can I have it? Yes.
Moms are getting hotter. So here's my thought.
Mm-hmm.
Moms used to look like cigarettes. Every mom in the 80s and 90s looked like death, grim death. And that's why MILF used to be a term, because there was one mom in every block that was hot. And now every mom's hot. So MILF doesn't even exist anymore. Doesn't even exist anymore. But let me ask you this. There's got to be some kids, right? They get to be like 11 or 12. And they look at their mom and they go, every time I look at my mom, I get this weird feeling.
You mean sexual feeling?
Yeah.
Mm.
You know what I mean? There's some moms that are so hot now. You're like, you can't
turn out their own kids.
You can't have kids. No, they're not. But a son's going to be a son. He's going to be like, all of his friends are going to be like, your mom's hot.
Well, we had a guy like that growing up. Marcelo, who's best. His mom was a single mom who everyone went hubba, and she was cool. And I remember her driving with this kid, Marcelo. He was the best. And she goes, Greg, I must have been 3rd or 4th grade, maybe 1st. It was wild. She goes, I was so young. And she went, what do you know about sex? And I was like, oh. And she goes, we talk about that stuff here. You wear a condom, you do that. So cool. Like, Bert was one of those moms who was like, I just tell my son everything because he needs to deal with it. And I was like, I love this woman. She was the best. I got to talk to Marcel, see how his mom's doing. She was the best. But I want to throw something your way about the MILF. You're not as old as me yet, right? What year were you born? 87?
5. Like a psycho.
Right. So there's something that how old are you now? 36?
Yeah.
1985. That's when Tina's born. You're Tina's age. I don't know if it's 35. What happens is, yes, MILFs don't necessarily, they are getting hotter because technology is getting better. CrossFit's changing the lives of people. But I watched E.T. a few years ago. And to me, that was my favorite movies. That mom was a mom. I put it on and went, that mom is smoking hot.
Who's the mom in E.T.?
Just some woman.
I can't wait to see. It's Christy Brinkley.
Dude.
It's just somebody from the 80s that was just unbelievable.
Mike, can you pull up E.T.'s mom? Oh my God, unbelievable.
Well, E.T., the whole movie, it's him it was stopping an erection. That's why the bike flew.
Dude.
E.T.'s dick
There's
flying.
going to be a time where I'm going to go back and watch Golden Girls and be like, I will fuck every one of these women.
You wouldn't pound Blanche?
I'm getting there.
Blanche is doing
I'm getting there. You get older.
Yeah, no, I get it.
And I think that's
I get it.
Like,
no, but the moms are hotter. I'm not even talking about moms our age. I'm talking about like every mom now. Like,
but I'm saying I look at a 20-year-old now,
yeah,
and it's not as hot anymore. I go,
no, it's not.
I've moved away from that.
I'm with you.
Which is thank God that's happening.
Yeah,
thank God.
Yeah. No, there's like it's weird when you see like a 19 and 20-year-old. You go, how did we ever find this hot? It's like somebody that's covered in sauce. They don't really know what they're doing yet. Like, it's weird. It just doesn't seem to make a lot of sense.
Mike, you there? Well, I think you just get some and leave sometimes.
You should. I might do the same.
Okay.
I'm trying to pull up a picture that's
you pay me?
actually her.
I get paid. Well, here's the thing. I made $1 million on that one show as well. And now that I made $1 million, the first million, they say your first million is the hardest. And it is. Your second million is very easy because the second you have $1 million, people want to give you more money.
Well,
they want
to hardest, they mean you're hardest. It's you get the horniest for.
You get the horniest.
Look at this. Oh, I can't really
say. Is that E.T.'s mom?
Yeah, well, that's like the best picture of her.
Well, yeah, why would you need a Pontiac? Why would you need one worse than that? Yeah, that woman is cooking.
Yeah.
Now, when you're,
but that looked like a mom when I was a kid.
We would have saw. We were at 8. We're not even ready to fuck.
I was 2, I think.
Yeah, I know. But when you saw it, when I first saw E.T., I was probably like fucking 7, maybe less. I don't even know. But anyways, I think moms are getting hot. Moms used to look like cigarettes. Not that mom.
No.
But what was the other thing I was gonna say? What were we talking about? Spider-Man?
Aunt May. We were talking about Aunt May.
Marisa Tomei couldn't be. This woman's been cooking for 60 years.
I met her at the cellar.
Me too.
You were there?
It was the worst experience of my life.
Why?
I've already told this story on my podcast, but I'll tell you. You want me to tell you?
Yeah.
You want me to tell you?
Yeah.
You want me to tell you? A Patreon episode?
Dímelo.
I need $5.
I'll throw you
from you. Thank you. So, throw you 5. I would have taken half a coffee, but $5 I'll take. Oh God. Well, because I'm sitting there and I'm doing this show, whatever. And I look over and there's just this stunning woman. And you go, I don't know who that woman is. She's cooking. And I'm ordering something. And the guy goes, I'm sorry I didn't get this back to you quicker. He's like, I'm just over there fucking talking to Marisa Tomei. And I go, is that Marisa Tomei? And he goes, yeah. I look over and you go, that's fucking Marisa Tomei. And Anyway, she walks downstairs and I go, she's not going to watch the show. And he goes, yeah, she's watching the show. I go, oh, God. There's only like a couple people that I would be. Marisa Tomei is in 2 of my favorite movies.
Mm-hmm.
And
which ones? Just say.
My Cousin Vinny, of course. And fucking The Wrestler. The Wrestler's fantastic.
Right.
Anyways, she goes downstairs and I'm panicking. I'm like, I can't perform in front of fucking Marisa Tomei.
Yeah.
There's some people that you see, and it would only happen with like her, maybe, I don't know.
For me, it's real quick. Gordon from Sesame Street, Hillary Clinton. Those are my 2. I cannot perform for either. And if they're hooking up, even more.
Oh my God. If they're in the back riding each other, is that Gordon on top of Hillary Clinton? Rodham?
Yeah. She heckles too. Every joke you do, she goes, and my emails. Yo, shut up, lady.
I wonder I don't know how I'd feel if Hillary Clinton was in a room. But anyways, so I go downstairs and you know, I've never felt uglier than when I've looked at Marisa Tomei.
Yeah.
And this is my own growing up with no kind of self-confidence as a redhead. As it looking at, I'll tell you right now, I'm bringing back the redhead defamation league. What are you looking at? My hair? It's red? Fuck you.
Can I touch it?
No.
Does it feel like my hair?
No. It's hot. Yeah. You ever touch a candle? So I've never felt uglier. I've never felt like more like just a pile of sludge.
Right.
Like a gray, like tofu. I've never felt worse about myself than knowing that Marisa Tomei is going to be, that was in the crowd. And I go up on stage and she's under a light. She's the only person I can see.
There's a light that always follows her, though. That's not the seller's problem.
It's a DP, the director of photography. He wants to make sure that she always looks good. But I look and the room is packed.
Right.
She's the only person I can see.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm talking. It's going fine. Whatever. I don't even hear anything. I'm looking at every once in a while. And she laughed a couple times, but then I saw at one point in time, she just like took out her phone and I went, well, I lost fucking.
Well, she shouldn't have had her phone.
Tomei, and I came.
I guess they're not locking up Marisa Tomei's phone.
Where are you going to put it? Where are you going to put it?
Right up my asshole.
I don't know what that means.
Hand it right
I don't know. I don't know what that means. And I hope to God this is behind a paywall that nobody will send it because that's crazy. That's one of those things that like phone, there's some women that are scared to leave their house and for good reason. Somebody's going to jam their phone. It's solely because. But anyway, so I come off stage.
I smell it. And I go, that's the smell of Marisa in my own ass.
That's insane. What you're doing? It's a new year, Greg. 2022. We don't
new
do
year,
this.
Same Greg.
So, anyways, I come off because I was telling people, I was like, "Fuck, I'm really nervous." And I go, "What are you talking about?" I come off and they go, "You must be happy about that. Like it went really well." And I go, "She hated it. I can't fucking." And they were like, "You're crazy. This went well." I go, "I can't." Anyways, I go upstairs. I'm sitting at the table. She comes up and she sits down, and it's
New Queer's Eve. This is when every gay person should come out of the closet. Just came up with that. We should get that going. Sell that to a gay guy because I can't push it because I'm straight.
What day?
New Queer's Eve. It's on New Year's. New Queer's Eve.
Now you're taking over another day, though. What's another? You get to pick a day to pick another day.
It's New Year's Eve.
How about New Year's Day?
There's also a National Come Out Day. Anyway, moving around. Marisa Tomei comes up too.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, but I'll never.
There's a fucking Pancake Day. Of course, there's everything day.
Right. Anyway,
there's Yodel Lamp Day, May 1st.
Grant Gordon got that for me. How nice. What a wild move. But I also love it more than anything.
Grant Gordon. I was literally talking about Grant Gordon, and I'll finish my story because I do not.
Marisa Tomei. We'll be back after this.
Grant Gordon. I was talking about him the other day because he has said one of the funniest things ever that I never forget. It's from years ago. He's talking about comedy. And he said, this business has no business calling itself a business. And I was thinking about that the other day, and I was talking to James about it, and I was just like, fuck, it's just one of the funniest sentences ever. It's just so stupid funny. This business has no business calling itself a business.
Right.
So funny. Anyways, back to so I'm sitting at the table.
What'd she say?
The good doctor comes up. She sits down, and she kind of like looks at us and says something or whatever. And I like a dork, like a full dork, like I'm back in grade 8 and fucking Allison walks into the classroom and I'm like, this lady, you know what I mean? I felt like I felt like the ugliest piece of trash tofu in front of fucking whatever.
Right.
And I really do. I mean, she's so good in My Cousin Vinny. She's so good in The fucking Wrestler. Like these are both good movies. So I like a dork. Not playing it cool at all.
How can you in front of her?
You should be able to. It's so stupid because
It's a hard
that's one
move.
of the places that we should be able to too. Because fucking LeBron's been in there. Like we're supposed to just be sitting there with an espresso, being like,
Right.
you and me both, buddy. Well, but we're not. But
both.
but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's the. I'm sorry to keep banging on this. It's the one place where they are supposed to be able to just whatever. Not
Every one of
place,
these figures has fallen, by the way. Throughout this. Every one of my men has went down.
I'm out of the shot. But anyways, so I said to her, I go. She said a thing, and we're talking. But then I just go, hey, just to say, I was like, you're great. Like and I before I even got into like the two movies, she goes, you're all great.
That's nice. She's trying.
Dude.
No, that was a good move. You're misreading this.
Sure. No, I'm not misreading it. So
Instead of saying you're great.
well, sure.
She can't say you're great because then you go, so you want to go
No, I wouldn't.
away
No, I wouldn't. No, I'm not gonna.
on a boat. Let's go to Epstein's Island together. What do you say?
He's still cool. This is years ago.
Yeah.
He's still cool, lady. I think he's still alive.
Well, there were other things to do there.
Oh, there's a whole beach. What? No, I didn't. I'm not. No, I'm here for the pineapple.
At
Some
least on
guy
a great
got
island.
arrested. I came for the papaya. I didn't even know there was kids in there.
There's a roller coaster right down the way.
Good Christ! It's an island. You fucks. Look around. Yeah. Not everybody in Sandals, Jamaica is doing good things either.
I don't got to pay tax on the alcohol they sell here.
God damn it!
What do they call that when you go to the airport?
Duty free.
Duty free. Everything is
Look, I got on the wrong plane. Imagine one guy. Well, look at my boarding pass. Yes, I'm supposed to be in Baltimore. I got off. I figured I'll spend a day here.
Yeah.
With that guy, that egg-shaped dick man's party. Look, I got in the airport. I'm looking for a sandwich. A guy goes, "Hey, you want to come to my island?" I go, "Who am I?"
So
Yeah.
what's the problem with her saying that though?
Because first of all, it shows I never should have said the thing that I said.
No,
I never should have said the thing that I said. And she didn't say like, you're all great of like, everybody's great. She said it in very like, you're all great, which was like, I shouldn't have said what I said. And then it made her feel that she was put in a place of like, I guess I have to compliment all these people. And I didn't really like this guy. So you're all great. It was so, dude, it's the, and I have
my face. Look at my face.
I've had some awful times
I'm about to shut you down.
in a comedy business that has no business. But I left there going, ugh. Look, I felt ugly before. I left there. There's like I saw a guy. He had a bullet hole in his eye. Half of his head blown clean off.
Right.
The other half was a roach. This guy was half roach head, half bullet wound. And I looked at him, I go, I feel you, brother. And then me and that guy rode the E train, holding hands, talking about how shitty it is to be an ugly piece of shit
Right.
the whole way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but when can I go? Because I'm ready to shut this whole thing down.
Go ahead.
First of all of this, and I hate to say it, all of this is your screaming insecurities.
Yes.
Screaming insecurities.
Yes.
Everywhere. Now, all she did was return a compliment for someone else. That exact story is a hero story. You said you were great, and she said you're all great. Marisa Tomei gave you a compliment.
Marissa. You called her Melissa?
Yeah, that's how I take her down a notch. That's how I met her. I walked right up to her and said, Melissa Tomei, get out of here. You're in my chair. The giving a hero a compliment is tricky because then
Oh,
it
it's bad.
immediately puts you in that position of like, and it's only tricky because there's no way to yes and it, or there's nowhere to move forward from it. So what I usually do is I go, I love your work. I hate to do this to you, but when you were doing My Cousin Vinny, that scene with that, was that like hard? Give them something that they can divert the compliment and talk about. Or you go, you were great. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here.
Leave your husband. No, buddy, I get it. What I'm saying
just gives
is
them nowhere to go.
I know. What I'm saying is the way that I did it was bad.
It was not bad.
And then it was bad. And also, but the reason I did it is exactly what you said, and I know this. The insecurities. I felt, as I said before, I felt like the ugliest human being
But you're not
sitting in front of this lady who I just felt that I did not do well in front of, even though I did well at the show.
Destroyed.
But I went, it was all, I swear to God, like I said, I felt like I was fucking 12 again.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, nothing fits.
Uh-huh.
Nothing fits. And the only people in this room are the hottest people. So I'm like, I'm just saying, you're
Right.
not wrong. And I know that this is the thing. I got sent back And I just went, "You're great," like a dork, like a loser.
No, she loved it. Let me move forward.
What I should have
First
done
of
is
all-
I should have done nothing. I should have said nothing or flipped her chair. Should have flipped her fucking chair.
One, I don't know that she's looking for a man. 2, you're not looking for a woman. 3, you're a good-looking guy. 4, she's over the super hots. She's had them. What she wants now is a humorous man.
No, I'm not.
But I want to do a move now. I'm sorry. I want to do a move. Come sit forward here. Sit forward here a little bit. We're going to talk. You're Marisa Tomei.
You're gonna slap me in the
I'm
face.
I promise to God,
if
this
you,
will
if
not
you
hurt.
slap me in the face,
I will not slap you. I want to show you exactly what you should have did. Move forward. Sit. Talk to me. We're going to talk eye to eye, soul to soul. I go, Marisa, I love your work. You're Marisa. Right? So you
I
say,
love it too.
and then you go,
You touch me.
you just boop her nose.
I boop her nose.
And then you go, I got to go. You want to come with?
Buddy, there was not a chance, and it wasn't in my head of going home with Marisa Tomei. That's
to
not
have
what
sex with, to befriend, to have more fun. To go, let's get out of here, man. This place is too hot.
Let's go to the
Cafe
arcade.
Raggio.
Let's get a coffee
Let's
next
get a
door.
coffee right now. Talk about our lives. Talk about our dreams.
No.
Let's go do a scene.
Talk about
you should
our
have said, let's go
dreams?
do a scene.
Here, I got an idea for. I put on my sunglasses.
Yeah.
And I go.
You're way too harsh on my figure.
My
by the
cousin
way.
Vinny too.
Can we make it happen?
And here, no, I'm gonna pitch it to you.
Sure.
So, but I'm pitching it to her. You're her.
I'm her. Oh, Nathan, what a great set you had.
Can you stop?
No,
it was
I'm her.
It was so bad, dude. That night was so bad.
Be her. We're doing the scene.
Okay, so anyways, I go. You want to go next door to Mamoon's? We'll get shawarmas.
Mhm.
Okay, great. So I get a shawarma, and I'm nervous. I got so insecure that I put hot sauce. The whole thing is hot sauce. It's just bread and hot sauce, and
Sure.
a little bit of meat. And I hand it to her, and she takes a bite, and her face blows off. But then I go, I got an idea. It's my cousin Vinny too.
Mhm.
The judge.
Mhm.
He goes to jail, and he needs a lawyer.
Mhm.
The judge.
Mhm.
And whatever, his crime, bullshit. He doesn't even know. Some stupid thing, and now he's in jail and he got
Sure.
fucked up. Same thing as my cousin Vinny. They go in there, they steal some tuna.
Sure.
Somebody's dead. They didn't know. Big movie. The judge, let's say he goes into a fucking bowling alley
Sure.
and he bowls. He does it 280. Like he's killing it, you know?
Yeah.
As he's leaving, 3 other people come in. They murder everybody in the bowling alley. He was the only guy there that day. He
Mhm.
gets blamed for killing fucking 4 people that work there.
Right.
Anyways, he goes to jail and he goes, I need a lawyer. And he goes, I need a good lawyer, though. And an unconventional lawyer. I need a lawyer. I need a lawyer that's going to go in there and really fight for me. And then he goes, Vinny. And the whole movie is him calling Joe Pesci, who's now back in Brooklyn,
Mhm.
and going, hello. And Vinny's like, this, you? The guy that told me I can't say Utes? And he goes, yeah, I need to hire you now. And because of what Marisa Tomei did at the end of My Cousin Vinny with the tires and all that type of thing, she's now full-time fucking Vinny's assistant. He hires the both of them. My Cousin Vinny too. Vinny now helps the judge.
I have some ideas.
Yeah.
I would like to work on Come My Cousin Vinny 2 with you, but where I've kind of pitched it was he's in jail. Who they're the mob. We got to save a mob guy who Vinny Antonucci, who you don't remember this movie, My Blue Heaven. We get My Cousin Vinny now has to represent Steve Martin.
Rick Moranis.
Steve Martin.
Yep.
And Rick Moranis is there, of course.
Yeah, I'm just saying that's yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the movie. That's the crossover I want to see.
My Cousin Heaven. That's what you want to say? My Cousin Heaven?
I do.
Or My Blue Vinny?
Yeah. I want to say you didn't embarrass yourself with Marisa Tomei, but we're going to wrap not this episode up, but this conversation up.
Last thing, I picture another
on
thing.
Tomei.
I go, all right. The other movie I really like, The Wrestler.
Mhm.
It's called The Wrestler 2.
Mhm.
It's actually called The Wrestlers.
Also. Oh.
So obviously, Randy the Ram at the
Mhm.
end dies,
Mhm.
right? I'm going with he dies.
Yeah.
Dead.
Do we bring Todd Barry back?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes. Anyways, so Randy the Ram dead, but his soul comes out of his body.
Mhm.
And Marisa Tomei was there, right? She was in the back. She was
Right.
like, "Don't go out there." And he's like, "Yeah, all I want to do is the camel clutch." So he does the fucking ram jam. He's dead. His soul comes out of his body, floats into the back.
Mm.
Marisa goes, "Randy." He goes, "What?" She goes, "You're a soul." And he goes, "What are you talking about?" She goes, "You died. You just killed yourself in the ring doing the ram jam."
Sure.
And he goes, "What?" Marisa grabs his hand. They start making pottery together.
Ghost.
Yes, but it's called The Wrestlers. Now check this out. Randy could never get back to the big time. Couldn't get back to the top. Why? Old,
Sure.
broken down,
Sure.
body.
Mhm.
Now he doesn't have a body.
Wow.
It's not in the way.
God.
He's a soul.
Get out.
So him and Marisa Tomei, I forget her name of the movie, I apologize. They team up, and now they're the greatest tag team that's ever fucking lived.
So they're in heaven?
quotes.
But in
lived.
wrestling, you think Ram Jam can beat Macho Man? Because that's in heaven right now.
As a well, he is now at the
Two
time.
souls fighting. This is Soul
Was
Fighter.
he dead at the time? I'm a Soul Fighter. But you see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Oh, or we could go that way. But they team up, and now they're the greatest tag team. Because again, the whole problem was his fucking body. He doesn't have a body anymore.
Mhm.
He can do whatever he wants. He can do a 360 moonsault and a fucking power bomb. He's Brock Lesnar. He can do it all.
I love it.
So anyways, that's what I should have said. And we can move on.
I'd like to bring up one thing I'd like you to take a look at. Don't read it out loud, but I just noticed this. On that microphone, look at the microphone where your hand is. Turn it around. Do you see an inscription anywhere?
Yes.
Yes.
This was unplugged.
Yeah, every now and again it kept scratching. I
I-
didn't want to say anything.
Well, you should have said it. Why wouldn't you say
It
something?
only happened once every 20 minutes. But yeah, just don't mess with it. What I'd like you to know, because I forgot that I'd done this, where that microphone has come from. I did a comedy show.
Club?
I did a show. Be careful with that microphone because it's a little scratchy.
Did I unplug it?
And
Was I not talking? I
No,
had
no,
a good
you were
idea
great.
there with the wrestlers.
You were great the whole time.
Okay.
That's why I do headphones. You don't. I would have told you. I did a comedy club gig. They fucked me. But did they fuck me? Because I stole their microphone. So
Is this
broke even.
how did they fuck you? Can we get into that?
Yeah, I can tell you. So I headlined that club.
Uh-huh.
Headlined that club.
Uh-huh.
I asked to headline again. They went, we don't have anything. Do you want to feature? Now, the way the featuring used to work was you would get the headline Wednesday, Thursday. A headliner would come in Friday. You'd headline the late show. They would headline one show Saturday. You headline the early show.
Jesus.
And then Sunday. So you would get like 7 shows. And it would be good money, but you weren't the headliner
shows.
of the weekend. You'd feature for the headliner of the weekend, but you could do long sets and you'd make money and it would be somewhat worth it, but you're doing a couple extra shows, which was great. So I was like, oh, I'll do that for you. What they didn't tell me was they cut all of those shows, then also cut the host from the shows. So when I said yes to feature, I left my newborn child, to work a gig.
This is recently.
Yeah. To work a gig that paid, I walked out with $400, which is not enough money to maintain as a human or to leave my child. As well as I lost my fucking train of thought there. But
You said they changed everything. They
did not tell me. Also, they got rid of the host.
Yeah.
So even the featuring, which would at least would have been fun as everyone said, sucked because now you have to host.
Yeah.
So and they didn't pay me more. They didn't pay me more to host and feature. They just have you do 25 minutes up front cold in a fucking casino. And the goddamn headliner was Jimmy B. Hack, Randy do every joke you've ever heard and is a screaming maniac. And now they won't and now because I agreed to do it that one time, they have not responded to my emails about headlining again. So now I don't headline that club anymore. So you know what? I got the goddamn microphone. When you fuck me on the money.
What'd you take it in the back? What was it?
Well,
One
what
in the
happened?
back?
No, because it was classic move of COVID grabbing on
Oh
mics.
yeah.
So I put one mic for you, one mic for me. And this is what I do. I don't do the thing anymore where, like, if you get a club who fucking fucks you, you could go online and trash them. Then you don't work that club anymore. Also, I don't want that kind of heat. So you get a club owner who's molesting people, getting out there, treating women like shit. You don't have to go all out and ruin the club because, one, you can't work there anymore. You're losing jobs. You just take their iPod. You put their soundboard in your backpack, right? You take from them. You financially hurt them a little bit, just enough to get yourself ahead a little bit. I'm very into vigilante theft, right? Everyone's into vigilante murder, like you kill the rapist. No, I'm the Punisher but it's just with like
you steal from the rapist.
steal from the rapist.
You take his watch.
You take his watch.
You take his gloves.
Take his gloves.
You take his mask.
Take his car for a spin.
You take his
Put the
car.
car on empty. He goes back in his car. Well, why is my car empty? You don't know. I just took it for
You're
a
a
spin.
rapist. That's why.
You're a
That's
rapist.
why.
And
You're a
you don't
goddamn
deserve gas,
rapist.
right? You cannot. Everyone can go ultimate hard on everyone. Sometimes you just go a little. You make them pay in little ways. That's what I do now.
I got you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. Okay. I more thought, so it's like, fuck, was this not plugged in for 2 hours?
No, you're plugged in.
Jesus
Are
Christ.
we
We've
good?
done a whole other thing.
Are we good? Are we good, Mike, on time? I have no idea where we're at. So you started here at 2:00.
Yeah.
3, 4, so we should be good.
Yeah, this is 45.
Woo! On time. Do you have anything else you want to do on Spider-Man before we go?
Nope.
Marisa Tomei, do you forgive her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the idiot.
You were never the. You were just had a normal interaction that you have completely turned yourself into a maniac about.
Okay.
That's okay. Just forgive yourself.
No.
Forgive yourself.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Okay.
Forgive
Yeah.
yourself. I'm trying to think of an embarrassing one if I've ever had. I've embarrassed
That
myself.
was years ago. No.
No, that was like last year. Marisa Tomei was.
No, it was before pandemic. It was
And when I say I met her, I saw her at the table. I went, "Hello," and then ran
Yeah.
away. I was
Yeah.
like, "I'm not talking to Marisa Tomei," and I was very anti that. I was very, and this year's changed. I would see a celebrity at the cellar, I would run the other way. Now I don't do that anymore. If I see them, they're in my house. I'm talking to them. These people are going to start making my careers. I'm over it because that's what all these cocksuckers do at the club. They go, they fucking ham up to them. I go, I'll just be regular. The best interaction I ever had with a celebrity, which I didn't know this. I didn't know Jimmy Carr was famous. And I don't even care anyway because I'm like, whatever. Jimmy Carr comes over to the cellar table and I go, he goes, he says whatever. And I go, "Hey, how you doing, man?" And he was like, "Hello." And I was like, "Greg." And he was like, "Jimmy." I was like, "Great." It was like, "You want?" And I introduced him. I went, "That's Todd." I introduced him to everyone in the cellar. And then Gary Vayner was there and he was like, "Yeah, Greg, he knows them." But I had no idea. But the reality is, no, that's the best way to talk to a person who is coming into the sit at a table. It's like introduce them, be welcome. That's how I want to treat everyone now. I treat them like they're fucking whatever. And if I treat them that way and they go, well, then fuck off. I'm treating you like a normal human being. You know what I mean? Introductions only.
I got you.
All right. That'll do it for this episode. Thank you guys for tuning in. We love you all. We'll see you all real soon. Hope we didn't ruin Spider-Man for you. Good night and God bless.
Pick up your head, pick up your body, get on the bus, it's time to party. It's Gregory. It is a Saturday night, Gregory. Take your socks off and take your pants on.